Hey, good evening, folks. It's Rob Edmonds here with VirginiaPreps.com on Tuesday, October 8th. We're getting our first taste of the VHSL rankings this week after all of our games have been played on week 6. So we just want to take a look at where some of the area teams stand currently heading into this downward stretch of the regular season. We start off in Class 5 where we've got three teams currently in the area that are ranked in 5. The team that is on the upswing is Louisa County Lions. They're now 3-2 after a big 45-6 win over Monticello last week. Still sitting on the outside currently of the Class 5 playoff picture in Region 5C, but they're 3-2, and they're sitting in ninth position with a big game coming up this week against Orange County, who's in 4D. So that'll help them with their rating if they are able to achieve victory in that game. Speaking of Class 4, 4D is where we start at, and we've got several teams from the Seminole district there. Jefferson Forest is our top team. They're number 1 in Region 4D, sitting at 4-1, tied with first with the George Washington Eagles. EC Glass is 6th. They're at 3-2, along with their Seminole district counterpart, Amherst County, who's also 3-2. They're slightly under the Hilltoppers. They're sitting at 7th currently. And on the outside looking in is Orange County, who we mentioned earlier. And it'll be a big win and a big improvement if they're able to knock off Louisa County this weekend. So we'll see how that shapes out. Down in Class 3, we are loaded. Class 3C has a ton of teams. Six of the top eight teams in Class 3C are from the Piedmont area. Of course, the Liberty Christian Bulldogs are number 1. They were off last week, but they're still undefeated, and they're our Class 3 state champions, so they're looking to make a run at it again. Turner Ashby from the Valley District is sitting at 2nd. They're also undefeated, have a slightly lower ranking or rating at 24.4. Then we've got Rustburg at 4th and Heritage Lynchburg at 5th. East Rockingham is surprising a lot of folks, currently at 5-1. They're holding the 7th spot in 3C. And then Brookville's at 3-2. They're number 8. Broadway's sitting on the outside looking in at 4-2, coming off of a big win against Valley District rival Spotswood last week. They've got a big game against Turner Ashby this weekend, which could help vault them back up into the playoff picture. And then Fluvanna County, Monticello, and Spotswood all have 3 wins, 10th, 11th, and 13th, respectively. But we could see a good deal of movement there at the bottom of the 3C district ratings. Over in 3B, we've got a couple of teams that are in that picture, but not a whole lot right now looking at the postseason. And then finally, down in Class 2, where most of our Bull Run teams are at currently, Liberty Bedford actually is the only non-Bull Run district team that's in the area. They are, they're in 2C, but in 2B, we've got the Bull Run Strasburg Rams and Clark County Eagles sitting at 1st and 2nd. Both are undefeated. Got a couple of games this month, but a big head-to-head matchup later on if they're able to remain undefeated when they meet each other in late October. Madison County fell last weekend on Saturday to Westmoreland. They're still in the playoff hunt, currently sitting at 7th at 2-3, and Page County's right behind them at 8th. They're also 2-3. Then we've got Luray on the outside looking in. Central Woodstock sitting at 10th currently after having to forfeit the wins in 3 of their first 4 games of the season. They won one of those games but had to forfeit them all. So they're at 10th, but they're at 1-4, and we could see some upward movement from the Falcons as they move forward down the stretch after a big win last week. They're a very powerful team and have the ability to move up into that picture quickly. In the article below, we've got where all the teams in the area are ranked currently, and we'll be updating those as we head down the stretch. But that's the first taste of the VHSL power ratings for the playoffs heading into the final stretch of the regular season. Thank you guys. And as always, stay tuned to VirginiaPreps.com for more details on the teams in our area as well as news across the state.